Lowe's 2618, customer McAndrew. This is a follow-up video. So one of the things we've talked about today is this actual pipe. The customer removed all of the paneling that was up there behind that so I could get some good measurements on where the size of the pipe is. So the pipe itself is 16 inches to the edge of the pipe from there. 18 inches would be optimal as far as getting past it. And then as far as depth, the thing's only about 8 inches, 9 inches deep from front to back, but we'd have to be at least 14 inches deep for the cabinet to return against the side of it. So I do have some good measurements there. And we're looking for some wood furniture shelving, which is going to be like a 3/4 thick material that'll run down the column here and make a return column in the corner of the room that will match the cabinet color on both sides. We'll actually put that up there, notch around that beam, come behind that beam, and make that looking clean up in the top, and then carry our cabinet into the face of it. Now you'll look right here, this molding of this window pass-through is below the height of the new cabinets, which is up near those beams, so there won't be any kind of conflict with the molding like there was on the other cabinets, like you see there. A couple things about this beam in the middle of the room. This beam is actually 109 inches from the side of this beam to the side of that wall up there, 109. In the drawing, it's 106. I may have made a mistake on the first measure. It's great to come back and double check, but that is definitely 109 to the side of that. So we made a change in the measurements of the cabinets to the right of the stove. The stove is just really sitting here all loosey-goosey as far as measurement goes. You can go 3 inches to the right, 87 is fine. The center of the range hood before is exactly 90. So that's coming down, cabinets are going there, so no problem as far as moving that over. One of the things I noticed is that this is an 8-inch beam. In your design, you had the cabinet lining up with the left-hand side of that beam. We want that 9-inch cabinet centered. That's going to be a very crucial focal point right there. We want that centered, and we want to make sure we order a 6-inch filler, a 642 extra or 630 for us to do a little fill in on both sides. The reason I'm saying this is that if I'm not the actual installer, one of my guys is working on this, they're going to install this exactly the way you have it in your drawings. So if that cabinet was to actually line up to the left of this beam, that's where they would have put it at. Now, as far as the length of the wall here, the 27, the 39, all that still comes up to be about 2 inches before this molding, no problem. This cabinet here, below the height of that with the trim, good shape. Space, especially on the floor here, the 30-inch height, 42, no problem. Doesn't get into the electrical on that side at all. Over here, you can see the cabinets weren't in the corner before. They are in the corner now on this new drawing. Customer knows all that's going to change. This is a flat wall, but it is logs. So you can see right here, there's actual logs. And you can see, do you see this? Do you see the spacing? That is what you're going to expect with log homes. There's no way around that. So there's no amount of scribe molding or anything that you can do to fix that. But if you will order me some 1.5 wide batten trim, that is BM8 wide, then I can probably take and make some of this go away with a wider trim set. I mean, I can stick right here where that chink is. I can stick my entire fingers back there behind that. So, and that it's only because it's touching the log up here, okay? So these walls are uneven. We know that, stack logs, that's what happens. But we can get some wider trim. I can probably fix some of that as far as the alignment of that. These beams over here, the ones above, they're around 92 on one side to 92.5 on the other. So we will have to drop these to about 53.5 inches as far as overall. This log in the middle here, the beam, that is at 93 on either side, tapering down to 92.5 and tapering down to 92.25. So the center part is the high point in that. Again, the cabinets will be level. We'll be close to some of these beams. You're going to be able to see some of the stuff is out, but that's the beautiful part of an old log or home, you know, so it's going to be the contrast between the casement and the log as it's built. I believe I've covered everything with this one. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. I do have a drawing I'm sending about how we're going to do that corner column and the materials and everything involved with it, as well as the labor that goes with it. So if you do have questions, feel free to let me know. 423-650-1051. Have a good day.